Hello, using the MEILIANG watercolors today. I'm just going to pick out my favourites, whatever I feel at the time. I've got a medium-sized brush and I'm just going to go in for this lovely pink colour. So just going to grab some more water, some more of this pink, and I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to do a sort of half semicircle here. Going to fill it full of lovely colour. Just fill that lovely space up with this vibrant pink. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? I love this colour. Really gorgeous. And then I'm going to go in for a purple. And I'm going to bring a globe that comes round. I'm just going to bring it round like this. Bring that there. I think I want to bring that line down there. Filling it up with lovely colour again. Lovely purpley kind of colour. And then I'm going to go in with this lovely red. Again, another globe I'm going to go for. Bring that round. Bring it round like that. Add some more water. Bring it round there. I'm actually going to bring this globe right down, I think. Right down here. Now I'm going to go for a different purple and bring that one around here. Again, adding some lovely lush colour, filling it in, all that space. There, just adding a bit of colour here to this one. Ooh, what colour should I? Let's have this pinky kind of colour here. It might not be strong enough for what I've already got here. Get that lovely colour in. Get some more water on my brush. Really, I think I should have had a bigger brush. Doesn't really matter. Vibrant orangey red. Thought it'd be fun to use. So I'm just going to bring that round. Bring it round. Get some more paint and dab that in. A greeny, funky kind of green colour. Just going to add that into the negative space. I don't really want it to touch the colours that I've already done because they've dried nicely. Grab that colour again. These MEILIANG colours are lush. They are just so vibrantly beautiful. And never disappoint. If you want something bright and cheerful, they're your colours to go for. But if you haven't got MEILIANG watercolours, just use anything you've got. Just your favourites and see what happens there. Go in with this lovely purple colour. Thought that'd be quite fun to use. Bring in these marks. Just using the side of that brush to make. Lovely purple colour here. So we're just adding simple lines onto these already lovely globes. It's just to add a little bit of interest on there, and then once we have done all that, we can use some pens to doodle on top. So this is your base layer for your doodle, and it's sort of an underpainting really. And I've got my paint pen, so I've got a white Posca paint pen here. And if you're like me, you can't get your straight lines very straight and you need to tidy it up. Well, the Posca pen works wonders to do that. So I'm looking at the shapes on the page and I'm outlining them, and I think that looks really nice. So it just makes it so much easier than if you were trying to paint and leave gaps. It just looks as though those gaps are already there by using the white Posca pen. So I've got a close-up here and you can see the lovely detail going in there. And I think that looks rather cute. I don't know, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is this something you're going to try? Very easy to do, as you can see. You're just going with the flow, just seeing what happens. You can't go wrong with this, and this is the great thing about doodle art. It's not about getting that perfect picture. It's more about enjoying your time and relaxing. So you can't go wrong at all. You're just going to be with yourself and explore what's in front of you, what's on the page. Doodle art is a very creative form of art. Some people may say, well, I don't really think doodle art is a form of art, but it is. It's creativity in its simplest form. And you are just going with what's inside of you and you're putting it down on the page. So you'll look at mine and then you'll come to do yours and you'll come up with some patterns of your own. You may be prompted by some of the things that I do, and you may want to copy it, and that's great also. What you will find is that you'll find something within yourself that says, okay, I want to put that down. It's very expressive, very in the moment kind of art, and you can do doodle art, you know, with a pencil. You don't even need to have paints or pens. Anything you've got you can doodle with, you know, a pen, a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be watercolor paper, and just let yourself go to it and see what happens. And I think it's a really good basis to practice art. You know, you may think to yourself, well, I do like doing, you know, copying things such as a landscape or a portrait or do an animal, and that's great also, but this just helps you with those kind of skills. It just gets that mind, loosening it up and letting it be free to explore. So it was at this point that I thought, well, you know, I'm having such fun. It's going to have to come to an end any minute soon. And what am I going to do? So I thought, well, I'll draw a border around and that's a start. And then I thought to myself, well, I'll then peel off the tape, but I want to continue. So I've heated up the tape with my hairdryer and then grabbed the pens and thought, well, I can make something of this border. I can pretty it up and just make it a little bit different than it just being a white blank page. And I'm just using the colours that I've used for the doodle on top, so alternating them. I'm just going around in a circle, and it's basically so that I don't sort of get lost, though I got it lost a few times and some colours got next to each other, but you know, it is what it is and it doesn't really matter. I was really pleased with the outcome, so hope you get to try this. If you like this, maybe you'll like, maybe you'll subscribe, and please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Always love hearing what you're up to and whether you like this, whether you're going to try it, what colours you'd use. You know, you may choose something completely different to me. Well, thanks a lot for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Okay then, bye.